name on the internet is a reason to make a personal change, said McHenry. I mean, if that's what we're doing here, everyone might be out of a job, especially in this industry. And ESPN confirmed. Now, it's funny, Tucker, who does the same time slot that Bill O'Reilly did for just many years, he just thought it was a screwy story, and he didn't mess with it until a day or so later because he just thought it was erroneous. He didn't think even ESPN would stoop to those levels, but found out, yeah, ESPN actually did. ESPN confirmed late Tuesday that it decided to switch Lee, who was Asian, to another game in response to this month's violence at a white nationalist rally in Charlottesville that killed one woman, injured dozens others. The network statement said it made the decision after consulting with Lee, adding that in that moment, it felt right to all parties. I'm sure he felt a little odd and estranged out. At least he wasn't fired. He was just bumped from the game because of his name. Well, that's interesting. This isn't the type of attention you want on the national scene, McHenry said. The host, Tucker Carlson. Obviously, we know who Lee is now, but now these pictures, once the 24-hour news cycle goes away, he's going to be associated with Robert E. Lee, and they're superimposed together. McHenry, who worked for ESPN from 2014 until she was laid off earlier this year, has been an outspoken critic of the self-proclaimed worldwide leader in sports. In June, she implied in since deleted tweet that she was let go from the network for her conservative political views. Not a surprise on ESPN, not at all. I just think that this is the climate, really is sending the wrong message, McHenry said, adding that a lot of Americans are sick of being labeled a bigot if they don't agree with whatever it is on the left at some of these athletes and agendas. Yeah, it's called a double standard. And it's what I call here on For the People, liberal lunacy. You've heard it here first because I coined it and pass it along. It's liberal lunacy. I've never seen it so bad in my lifetime. There's always been lunacy on the left, but it's just at the all-time, just when you think they couldn't go any lower. Don't ask how much more lower that you can go. It's just ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. There's no common sense. There's no logic. You want to talk about hate? You want to talk about stirring up and fueling the flames? This is more of what the left does. The History Channel used to have a slogan. What was it? The History Channel, where the past comes alive. That's what the left likes to do. They like to reignite the past to get people all riled up. That would be like being at a maximum security prison and inviting mostly white inmates stirred in with 20% population blacks, and then putting on the movie Roots. You tell me that would be a smart thing to do, to put the movie Roots on. If you've not seen it, you need to see it. It just depicts a dark chapter in our history. And LeVar Burton was in that, who played Geordie on The Next Generation. Yeah, I forget his name on there. He had this African name, Kule Kinte, something like that. He had an African name. But that sounds pretty screwy. You wouldn't do that, right? Because you'd have some kind of riot. You'd have something really bad happen to you. That would be a really screwball thing to do, don't you think? But that's what they do. That's their message. And perfect timing for Hillary Clinton's book, trying to explain to us what went wrong. It was her. It was her. Americans had enough with the lies, with the deceit. And if enough of Americans really did get together and use their brains, their noggins, and really thought, even people for the left, if they really cared about the political process in Washington, I don't think they would be doing what they're doing. But they simply, I am convinced increasingly, that they really do not care at the end of the day, really what's happening in Washington. They really don't care about the process. They don't care. And I don't even think they want to even appreciate what's going on. Because if they did, I really do not think that they would be continuing this attack, demonization of a lot of Americans and the president himself. It's just damaging to our country, and to me, downright embarrassing, because there's others around the world, other countries that look to America, have looked for years to look at America, and they see this, it just really makes us look small. It really makes us look extremely small. And those that are doing it, again, very thoughtless. Thoughtless. I wonder really how big their conscience is. And they always are patting themselves on the back for the good things that they do. Shut up about the charitable work that they do. Pat, pat, pat. I did this. I did that. Look what I did. Big deal. And so they're going to try to use this statue deal and try to use it as, markers on the wall here. Okay, yeah, we took down this one. We covered this statue. We did this. Look, we did that. We protected you. We protected this group, that group. Your feelings were hurt. We gave you a safe room. De Blasio, I understand, is wanting to take down. Yeah, the mayor of New York wants to take down Columbus. At Columbus Circle in New York, I understand he wants to take that down. I mean, that's been a landmark forever. I used to work on 57th and 7th Avenue in New York, Columbus Circle, right up the road there. And everybody knows that where you're there. Oh, that's Columbus. You know where you're at. You just know where you're at in Manhattan. Landmarks are really important. And like I will just continue repeating this, those that were statued and have statues named after them, most of them were heroes fighting for their country. We're honoring them for their contribution, for their fight for their country, not for their celebration of having slaves. It has nothing to do with it. They're making it something that it is not. They're making it to fit their narrative, and that is to bring it out that if you are not for taking down the statue, then you're a racist. I mean, that is ridiculous. Because you stood next to there, maybe you picnicked next to it, you have photographs next to it, you better get rid of all of those particular things. You attended a university, they had one, you passed by the courthouse, and you had pictures taken by it, didn't think anything of it, but now everybody's thinking about it. Thinking about racism, thinking about the statues and what those things stood for. Oh, they all had slaves. Forget about any of their accomplishments. Forget about anything that they did to contribute to this country, to their country. It is a history, folks. No matter what happens to these statues, it is our history. It doesn't erase it, doesn't change it. But I think it's just a shame that we have to deal with this nonsense because there's so many other important issues. Notice global warming's not the big story. Notice Russia's not the big story anymore. It's not that. It's not Donald Trump's taxes anymore. It's back to race. It's back to race. This is how we're uniting America. That's how we're bringing people together. Let's rile people up. So the white supremacist, everybody that voted for Donald Trump is a racist. Them racist bigots. Unbelievable. The guy who I work with, when I'm not on the radio, I teach the art of voice acting at ihaveagoodvoice.com. ihaveagoodvoice.com. Maybe check it out. But the flight attendant says it's still tense across the country. Still tense. That's a shame. He said, just he can sense it on the airlines when he's traveling. And he said it's a little scary out there. And I tell him, be safe. He's a great guy, does a great job, but he's white. And he gets looked at funny. Like, are you one of those? Are you a Trump supporter? Interesting times, folks.
Help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew is I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it, don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
Get ready, get set for 123 Ready TV, the brand new app that everyone's talking about for your PC or Android device that allows you access to most every movie or TV show ever made. Sound incredible? Well, it is, because once you pay $19.99, that's all you pay. Just the movies and TV shows you like without the hassle. The internet streams everything already. What 123 Ready does is it finds them, then delivers them directly to you, commercial-free. There's nothing quite like it, and it's available now at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And before you buy 123 Ready TV, watch the video and see how simple it is to start watching all those movies and TV shows. If you like movies and TV shows, but don't enjoy paying for all of them, no problem. Just pay $19.99 and start enjoying countless titles and entertaining TV better than anyone. Get your 123 Ready TV for $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page. For the People is on the air for you. Each day we strive to tell it to you straight, not watered down, so you can know what's going on each day. Our show is different from many of the others on air. We're not afraid of the PC police, and we explain our position, at the same time understanding the left's position and what we can do to further a conservative agenda for America. For the People is listener supported and relies on listeners like you to help us get the word out. So, if you like what we do and want to help For the People, sign up today at our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Your support allows us to report the news fearlessly and guarantees our survival on the air. As a thank you, we'll send you our monthly newsletter with commentary and money-saving tips. Can we count on your support? Thank you for helping America. To become a For the People member, log on to forthepeopleshow.com. Now, Keith Allen and For the People, your daily infusion of common sense and stations. If you carry us live, and you know who you are, we were a little long on the first segment, so you may want to just pay attention to the clock a little bit to make sure you're on time for the news. But man, I get passionate about these issues because I care. And I know you care, too. You care about your country, and I get frustrated, and I guess it's righteous anger